I'm here today to talk to you about the portable fire extinguisher. Portable fire extinguisher. مطاط الحريق. Portable fire extinguisher. And my talk is divided into two parts. First part will be theoretical parts, and the other part will be practical part. So in the first part, we will start first with some general information about the fire, and then we will take some fire classes and fire agents, extinguisher fire agents, and then we will use pass method. And then we will move on to this, watch some videos, movies about what we said about the first parts. And then we will move on to the second part. Second part will be practical, and we will use a fire extinguisher for real outside. If any of you have any question, please feel free. He can ask me any question anytime. I will do my best to answer them. Okay, anytime. Okay, let's start with the purpose of this session. What is the objective of this session? Okay, what is the purpose of this lecture for today? Okay, you'll be able to, firstly, you'll be able to identify 5 classes of fires. Identify 5 classes of fires. 5 classes of fires. And then you'll be able to select the proper type of fire extinguishers. What that means? That means we have a different type of fire extinguisher. A different type of fire extinguisher. And how can we use them? We use them, it depends on the class of fires. So we have how many classes we said? 5 classes of fires. So we have to use a proper type of fire extinguisher. Depends on the first point. Depends on the class of fires. And we have to evaluate when it's safe to fight. When it's not safe, you gotta run out of it. So when it's safe, you have to start fighting the fire. Okay? By using fire extinguisher. This is a fire extinguisher. We call this fire extinguisher. Okay? So we have many types or different types of these. So we have to use them. It depends on the class of fires. Okay? So before we use them, we have to evaluate the fire. The fire is small or is get bigger. So can we control the fire or not? If we can use them. But how we use them? We use them by using a pass method, applying pass method. Okay? We use them by applying a pass method to operate portable extinguisher. This is the 4 objectives. After this session, you will be able to identify and select the value and apply. Okay? Yes. How can you use the fire extinguisher? Okay? We will talk about it later, but how can you use this fire extinguisher? By using a pass method. and we will talk about it later. Okay? Let's start, because we're dealing with the fire, right? We're dealing with the fire. Let's know what is the fire first. We have to know what is the fire first. The fire is a chemical reaction. It's a chemical reaction to produce light and heat at the same time. Okay? And the fire is a chemical reaction in which the oxygen is combined with the fuel. The fuel will be gas or vapor. Note that even the fuel will be solid, probably just like wood, paper, or liquid, just like petrol. So like protein, butane, propane, and kerosene, all the other kind of flammable liquids. Okay? So we have to know what is the ignition sources. You know what the ignition sources is? مصادر الاشتعال. Ignition sources. We can say the heating and cooking appliances is one of the ignition sources. Heating and cooking appliances is one of the ignition sources. And we have faulty electrical equipment. See, one of the ignition sources too. And we have many of them of the ignition sources, like cigarette, lighter, and match. These are some other ignition sources too. And we have friction, for example. You can say this is one of the ignition sources too. Others. What about the others? What this means? We have another source, right? Yep. Open flame, exactly. You can say open flame, one of the ignition sources. And else, we have some ignition. Exactly. And else, we have another sources, like ignition sources. Lightning, for example, right? Lightning. Yes, magnified, exactly. And we have many sources of ignition sources. All these leads to the fire. Okay? So you know what the fire is? What is the ignition sources? Right now, how the fire works. شلون النار يصير؟ قلت شلون هو ده. How the fire works. The fires include, like the fires require 3 elements to exist. The fire requires 3 elements to exist. Who knows these 3 elements? النار قلت عادة سيفتي في ريسكا تاكل رودة. تحتاج إلى 3 شغلات حتى النار عندك يحدث. You have only, yes. Okay. I'm going to take it simple, easy. Look, we have these elements. One of them is the oxygen. Why oxygen? الأكسجين شو يسوي؟ ليش؟ واحدة من العناصر اللي one of the main elements. يساعد على الاشتعال. It's not flammable, but it helps to clear the fire out, right? So the oxygen is the main element. And what else? We have fuel too. And the third element is heat or energy. When these 3 combine together, it creates the 4th element. The 4th element, and we will talk about it later. These 3 elements make up what's commonly called the fire triangle. Have you ever heard of the fire triangle before? Yes, this is a fire triangle. Oxygen and heat, and the third element is the fuel. When these combine together, that means the fire will exist. Okay? When these 3 elements combine, it creates the 4th element. The 4th element is the chemical chain reaction. So, the fire triangle became or become the tetrahedral fire. Okay? يعني مثلث الحريق أصبح رباعي لأنه ضفنا التفاعل المتسلسل الكيميائي. هنا المثلث صار بمعنى شنو؟ صار هرم الحديد حاليا. هرم الحديد. Okay? So this is really important to know. We have 4 main elements. One of the first one is oxygen, and the second fuel, heat, and chain chemical reaction or chemical change reaction. Okay? So this is the condition. Okay? How can we start the fire? How can we start them? We have to stop these 4 elements, right? We have to separate them. Like we don't have. We try to make it like we try hard to separate those, and we will stop the fire. How can we stop them? How can we stop it? We have the first procedure is by starvation. What does this mean, starvation? Moving the fuel away from the other elements. We told we have 4, right? One of them is the fuel, okay? When we take the fuel away from the other elements, that means we're doing starvation, okay? Do you know what the fuel means? Fuel? وقود. Okay. Okay. When we take the fuel away from the other elements, that means we're doing starvation process. What is the other point? This is smothering. Smothering is take the oxygen away from the other elements. This is the way. How can we start the fire? By moving these elements away from the other. Okay? So we started by moving the fuel, starvation. We started by moving that oxygen. We call them smothering. And we can start the fire by cooling. That means we take the heat away from the other elements. And we can start them by interrupt the chemical chain reaction. Like start the chemical chain reaction. We have those 4 points, and those makes the extension tetrahedron. Okay? Extension tetrahedron. Do you have any question? I think so it's clear. We have 4 elements. And how can we stop the fire? By moving those 4 elements, okay? By these ways, like starvation, smothering, cooling, and interrupt chemical chain reaction. Yes? Hey, I'm going to show you how. For example, what fuel do you have in here? This is a fuel, right? Could burn, right? You can like it's flammable. It could burn. So when this got burned, like you can take the chair away from it. When you take the chair, that means you're doing starvation. You're not going to let the other chair get burned. That's what we said. This is starvation. Okay? And the second point is smothering. When we cut like we prevent the oxygen from the fuel, from the fire will stop, right? Just like, yes, just like blanket. And cooling by, for example, إذا أنت بردت هذا السرعة كام؟ No way, right? Say again, please. We will talk about it later, okay? We will talk about this point later. And when these, and by stopping the chemical chain reaction, by stopping the chemical chain reaction. Okay, that's what we said. Like cooling metal heats, remove fuel source, interrupt the reaction, smoke air supply, the oxygen. So now we have to know how many class of fires do we have. كم نوع من أصناف الحريق عندنا؟ شو جور قادرنا هي؟ Okay? Okay? This is really important to know. The first class is Class A fire. Class A fire. Class A fires involving solid materials, just like wood, paper, rubber, plastics. This is the Class A fire. And we have Class B fire. The fire here involves with some liquid combustibles, like flammable liquid, like kerosene, gas, propane, butane. Okay? And we have the third class of fires, the Class C. Here, fires involving with the electrical hazards. With the electrical hazards. And we have those three are most common. Those three fires are most common. Okay? And about the other two, no. And we have Type D or Class D fires involving with certain combustible metals, just like potassium, sodium, and magnesium. This is for a special metal. Third one, with electrical hazards. Electrical hazards. Okay? When you have the fire, electrical fire, that means you have, this is in the Class C. So you have to use proper type of fire extinguisher for this class. Okay? This is Class D, and last one is Class K. Class K type, so Class K is involving with the cooking oil and fats. Why we should know all these classes? What's the reason why we have to know all these classes? Here. Why were we supposed to know these classes? ليش لازم نعرف هذه الكلاسات؟ ليش صنفنا الحرارة بهذه الطريقة؟ المواد الصلبة روحها, liquids, gases, electricity, some yes, do you have any idea? Yes. The first, say it again, please. Exactly. Can you use water for a fire? So that's why we are making a class of fires, because we have a different type of fire extinguishers. So for example, this one, I'm going to use this one for all these types. I'm going to use it for specific types. Okay, for specific class, I mean. Okay? So, that was the fire classification. So, what we are going to use to start the fire? What kind of materials? What kind of stuff? What kind of